Okay, so let me start again. So good afternoon, everyone. This is a class of geotechnical engineering, fifth semester. So before starting any new topic, so let's go back to the previous classes for a quick revision. Okay, so let me first share my screen here. Okay, so I'm just going through the previous classes right now. Fine. So we have started the class by knowing about types of soil based on origin, right? So we have already discussed about what is soil and what is the purpose of soil from civil engineering point of view, right? Then how soil forms from parent rock. Okay, that means it is a result of geological cycle of soil formation, which consists of weathering, transportation, deposition, upheaval. Again, it will continue with weathering. So this is basically it is a geological cycle of soil formation, right? So based on origin, we have classified a soil under two head, residual soil and transported soil. Okay, so these things under transported soil, again we have subdivision of transported soil like alluvial soil, lacustrine soil, marine soil, glacier deposit, aeolian deposit, colluvial soil. Okay, and these are some basic local names that is used for different types of soil. Okay, like sand dunes, peat basically it's a highly organic soil. Sand dunes basically it's a aeolian soil. Okay, lucis is also aeolian soil. Black cotton soil is basically your residual soil. It's come made of montmorillonite minerals. Okay, so these are already discussed in the previous classes. Okay, next we have already discussed about yeah, this one, three-phase system of soil, right? So we already discussed about, we have derived that the soil is explained as a three-phase system. Okay, why? Because it may contain three main component, that is your soil solid, water and air, right? So these diagrams are already discussed in the previous classes, right? So this is your natural diagram, natural soil diagram, and this can be subdivided under this um, diagram that is known as phase diagram basically. And in this phase diagram, uh, based on the availability of water in voids, so we can divide the type of soil based on availability of water. Okay, so if the whole voids of the soil mass is filled up with water, then that particular soil is known as fully saturated soil. And if the whole voids in the soil mass is completely filled with air only, then that soil is known as dry soil. And in a particular soil which having voids are partially filled with water and partially filled up with air, that soil are known as uh, partially saturated soil. Okay, so these things are also discussed in the last class, right? So this is a basic phase diagram of soil mass, natural soil mass. So these are classification of the soil mass based on weight and based on volume. Okay, so they are the nomenclature for volume, and these are the notation used for the weights. Okay, so here you can see it is the total volume representing the whole mass of the soil and is divided by the volume of solid. This is the solid part, and the upward part is your volume of voids. And the volume of voids, it is a summation of volume of water and volume of air. Okay, this is the representation of the soil mass in terms of volume. Okay, and same way we can also represent in terms of weight, right? So if you say in terms of weight, so that bottom part is your solid. For solid, it is denoted by Ws. That is your weight of solid. Next, the whole void is now see partially filled up with water and partially filled up with air. So you can say this is a total weight of voids. Fine, but this total weight of voids is a summation of total weight of water plus weight of air. But weight of air is negligible. Okay, it's very small and we can neglect it. So from the total weight of the soil mass, we can neglect the weight of air. So if you want to get the value of total weight of the soil mass, it should be equal to weight of solid plus weight of water only. Okay, weight of solid plus weight of water. But in case of volume, total volume of the soil mass, it will be equal to volume of solid plus volume of water plus volume of air. Okay, whole will come in consideration in terms of volume. And this volume of air and volume of water together, they are known as volume of voids. Okay, but in terms of weight, we can say your weight of air is negligible. Fine. So based on this uh, information regarding weight and volume, we can derive some parameter. These parameters are like void ratio, porosity. Okay, next degree of saturation, air content, percentage air voids. Okay, and anything else? Yeah. So till then, these are already discussed, right? So what is void ratio? Basically, it is the ratio of volume of voids by volume of solid. Okay. To understand this parameter, you have to come back to this diagram. So to find out the value of void ratio, the void ratio is what? Volume of, here you can see it is denoted by small e. Actually, the small e is volume of void ratio. It is the ratio of volume of voids to the volume of soil solid. So in symbol or in notation, you can see e is equal to vb by vs, volume of voids by volume of solid. When it go to the diagram, so what is your void ratio? Basically, this volume of voids divided by volume of solid. It will give you the void ratio. And what is porosity? Porosity is what? Porosity is what? Volume of voids by total volume of the soil. This is the difference between void ratio and porosity, right? You can see, I think it will there only. Yeah. So what is porosity? Which is denoted by small m or eta. So porosity is it is a ratio of volume of voids to the total volume of the soil, Vb by capital V, and it is expressed as a percentage. That's why multiply by 100 is provided here. Okay, and there is an interrelation between volume of voids and porosity. Here you can see E is equal to n by 1 plus 1 minus n. In other word, you can also write n is equal to E by 1 plus E. Okay, this is very important. You try to remember this. Okay, E is equal to n by 1 plus 1 minus n, or n is equal to E by 1 plus E. You can remember both or one. It is up to you. Okay, if you remember only any one, and another one is just a derivation. From derivation you can get the another one. Okay, so it's better you can anyone, you can learn anyone, you can memorize anyone. Okay, either this one or this one. Fine. So this is and next, degree of saturation. Same degree of saturation is what? Volume of voids by, sorry, volume of water by volume of voids multiplied by 100. It is presented in percentage. Okay, next, air content, percentage air voids, these are also discussed in the previous classes, right? From the same diagram you will understand this. From the same diagram, same phase diagram, all these parameter will come. Okay, you can understand this, all these parameter, if you understand this phase diagram. Fine. Next, next uh, other parameters like whatever we have discussed till now, these parameters are based on volumes. Okay, now we can say some are parameters which are represented in terms of weight. Okay, these are also represented or understand by this same phase diagram. Say water content or moisture content, this is another parameter. Okay, so what is water content? Basically, so they all are basically known as weight relation. Whatever we have discussed in the previous class, that the void ratio, porosity, degree of saturation, air content, percent air voids, all are volume relation. Okay, that means the parameters are derived in terms of volume. Now that we are going to discuss now, they are the relation described in terms of weight. Okay, so first is your suppose water content, which is denoted by small w, or sometimes it is also known as moisture content. And what is this? This is the ratio of weight of water or mass of water present in the soil mass to the mass of the solid particle. Okay, and this is known as water content. That means weight of water by weight of solid. Okay, this is given as a moisture content or water content. That means let's go back in the diagram. So what is water content? Water content or moisture content, it is a ratio of weight of water by weight of solid. This is our water content. Okay, weight of water by weight of solid, it will give you a moisture content, isn't it? It is written here, right? So it is a ratio of mass of water present in the soil to the mass of soil particle, a mass of solid particle in the soil mass. It is known as water content or moisture content. WW by WS. Okay, clear? And the value of moisture content, okay, the minimum values, it will come as 0, and maximum value, it can be exceed more than 100. Okay, so there is no limit for moisture content. Okay, that means the weight of water can be more than weight of solid. If you go in the diagram, this weight of water can be more than weight of solid. Okay, that means it is written here, the minimum value of this moisture content can be 0, but about maximum value we cannot predict. That means it may exceed more than 100%, because WW, that is your weight of water, can be more than WS, that is your weight of solid particle. Fine. Okay, next is your specific gravity. Okay, that means your specific gravity of the soil solid. So the mass of solid particles is usually expressed in terms of particle unit weight or specific gravity of the soil grain solid. Fine. So basically, what is, to know this term, you have to know what is specific gravity. So specific gravity, when you see this specific gravity, which is denoted by this symbol, capital GS, S for solid, that is specific gravity of solid. The specific gravity of solid is defined as the ratio of weight of soil solid to the weight of water, weight of standard water. Okay, so we're coming to that definition. Basically, what is the standard definition for specific gravity? We're going to discuss about that also. Okay, here I think it is given here. So what is specific gravity of soil solid? It is a ratio of weight of a given volume of soil solid at a given temperature to the weight of an equal volume of distilled water at that temperature. That means GS, that is specific gravity of soil solid. How can you define this? How can you determine this? The ratio of weight of a given volume of soil. That means your unit weight of soil. It's asking about unit weight. So unit weight is denoted by gamma. That is your solid. Okay, I'm not writing this actually right now. So what is specific gravity? The ratio of weight of given volume of soil. That means weight of given volume of soil by volume. It is a ratio of weight of a given volume of soil solid at a given temperature to the weight of an equal volume of distilled water. That means next, weight of water by equal volume. That means equal volume. Okay, so this can be written as unit weight of solid by unit weight of water. Okay, so what is unit weight of, what is the basic definition of unit weight? Unit weight is that it is defined as a ratio of weight per volume. Okay, similarly density. What is density of soil? Density is the ratio of mass per volume, mass of soil by volume of soil. Okay, so almost density and unit weight can be present interchangeable. Okay, they can be replaced by one by another. Okay, So density is what? Mass per volume. Unit weight is your weight per volume. Okay. So since specific gravity is what? Specific gravity is a defined as a ratio of weight of a given volume of soil solid. That's why Ws by divided by capital V, a standard volume, at a standard temperature like 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, to the weight of equal volume of distilled water at that temperature. So this is basically distilled water, weight of distilled water by same volume. Okay, so this can be written as unit weight of solid by unit weight of water. This is your
Why it is
specific gravity of solid. Okay, this is your specific gravity of solid.
mentioned distilled water?
Yes. एक second
Why
hold
it is mentioned?
hold on.
Hello.
एक second hold करो. चलो ठीक है. Hello. Yeah. What's your question?
Why it is mentioned distilled
Distilled water,
water?
because
Why
distilled
not
water is a
simply
free
water?
of minerals. Okay, we don't need the reaction of the minerals present in water with the soil. Okay, that's why in laboratory we use distilled water. Okay, चलो. So कहाँ था मैं? हाँ. So this is your specific gravity. Fine. After that, okay, about this, I think these things no need to discuss. These things are basics. What is unit weight? What is density? These things already you know. So what is unit weight? I already told you it is the ratio of weight per volume. And what is density? Density is your mass per volume, right? So, but in case of soil, we have different types of density, different types of unit weight. Okay. So likewise, we can have dry unit weight of soil, bulk unit weight of soil. Okay. Then we have saturated unit weight of soil, then submerged unit weight of soil. Okay, these things are uh, important to understand. Okay, now see, when it say, you know what is unit weight. Unit weight is what? Weight per volume. Now when a dry word is added here, dry unit weight, that means it's asking the dry weight, not the total weight. Okay, so what is the definition here? It is given by the symbol gamma d, d for dry. Okay, and this is your, it is, I think you can see also, dry weight of soil by total volume. It will give you your dry unit weight of soil. Okay, and what is bulk unit weight? In case of bulk unit weight, we don't need to add this the d. Bulk unit weight means you can basically, it is basically total unit weight, so you can write total. So total for t. Okay, gamma t means total unit weight or bulk unit weight. Okay, so it is a ratio of total weight by total volume. Total weight means what? Ws, that is your weight of solid, plus weight of water divided by total volume. Okay, or if you want to break this total volume, you can write volume of solid plus as a whole volume of voids. Okay, this is your bulk unit weight. Okay, next similarly we can have a saturated unit weight. Now what is the difference between bulk unit weight and saturated unit weight? When a particular soil is completely filled in water, that means a saturated unit weight is equal to the bulk unit weight when the total voids are filled up with water. In that case, the bulk unit weight can be known as saturated unit weight. This is the main thing. Okay, and it is denoted by, saturated unit weight is denoted by gamma sat, S A T, SAT. Okay, gamma saturate. Okay, next next one is your buoyant unit weight or submerged unit weight. That means mathematically, if you subtract, and you know now what is this? gamma sat, right? That is your saturated unit weight. Okay, gamma sat means your saturated unit weight. That means when the soil mass is filled up with water. Okay, when the whole voids are filled up with water, then in that case the unit weight of the soil is known as saturated unit weight. And if you subtract weight of water, that means unit weight of water, if you subtract unit weight of water from this value, you will get what? You will get submerged unit weight. That is your, it is denoted by this. Okay, submerged unit weight. And sometimes in some book it is also represented by like this, sub, sub for submerged. Okay, sometimes it is written as submerged, or simply a dash will come in upward, okay, as a suffix. Okay, so when you subtract unit weight of water from saturated unit weight of the soil, you will get submerged unit weight. And you should know, for water, density and unit weight are constant. That means unit weight of water and density. Density is represented by rho. Density of water is what? 1 gram per cc. That means 1 gram per centimeter cube. And regarding your unit weight, it is your 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube, or 1000 kg per meter cube. These are the standard value of water. Okay, you should remember this. Density of water and unit weight of water, you should remember this. Density of water 1 gram per centimeter cube, and density is your 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube, or 1000 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, you can also search in your textbook. Okay, so this all about your unit weight. Fine. Same way we can discuss, we can derive for density also. Okay, so density, you know what is density? It is your mass per unit volume, right? Okay, so just the way we have discussed about unit weight, like dry unit weight, bulk unit weight, then saturated unit weight, or submerged unit weight. Same way we can discuss about density. Okay, that means dry density, bulk density, okay, saturated density, or submerged density. Okay, definition will be same. Only in place of unit weight we can add density. Okay, fine. So using all this relation based on weight or weight based on volume, हम लोग कितना अभी तक कितना पैरामीटर पढ़ लिया है? Void ratio, specific gravity, isn't it? Then porosity, degree of saturation, air content.
नहीं चला है क्या ना तुम कुछ रहा ऐसे क्या तुम है तो हम मेरा हम फायदा नहीं
Okay, so जितना भी अब तक हम लोग पढ़ लिया है, आई एम रिपीटिंग अगेन, सी हम लोग अब तक कितना पैरामीटर पढ़ लिया, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम void ratio, porosity, degree of saturation, ठीक है, then air content, then percentage air voids, then moisture content, then specific gravity, unit weight, different types of unit weight like bulk unit weight, dry unit weight, submerged unit weight, saturated unit weight. Also density like dry density, bulk density, submerged density, saturated density. All these things we have already discussed. Okay. Okay. Now based on this parameter, some standard relations are exist. Okay, these are the standard relation, interrelation, you can say. These are, you can say these are the interrelation between different parameter. So these parameters are important to remember. Some numerical may come utilizing this parameter. Okay, so like this one, you just go to remember this. Okay, either you can also go understanding this parameter how it come. So this small w is what? Moisture content. Okay. Small w is what? Moisture content. And what is moisture content? Weight of water by weight of solid. Isn't it? So weight of water by weight of solid. This can be represented by unit weight of water multiplied by volume of water. Isn't it? So you know what is unit weight. Unit weight is your weight per volume. Okay. If you know what is unit weight of what, normal weight of water, this can be represented by this. Okay, so I'm writing here again, you know, say for water, unit weight of water is what? Weight of water by volume of water, isn't it? Volume of water, isn't it? So from this relation we can write what? Weight of water can be written as what? Multiplication of unit weight of water by volume of water, isn't it? So in the second line you can see the same thing. The weight of water is replaced by this parameter, unit weight of water multiplied by the volume of water, isn't it? So it is coming from this relation. Fine. And at the bottom also same way, we have unit weight of solid multiplied by volume of solid multiplied specific gravity. Now see, you know, okay, now see, if you see at bottom, at denominator क्या है? Weight of solid, isn't it? So let's write this. Weight of solid can be written as oh sorry, ये नहीं, sorry, रुको. We know unit weight of solid क्या होगा? Unit weight of solid weight of solid by volume of solid, isn't it? So we can write volume of solid can be written as unit weight of solid multiply volume of solid, isn't it? Now you know, again we know specific gravity का definition हमको पता है. What is specific gravity? Specific gravity of solid is what? Unit weight of solid divided by unit weight of standard water or distilled water. Okay, from this equation we can say unit weight of solid can be written as specific gravity of solid multiply unit weight of water. लिख सकता है कि नहीं लिख सकता है?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so this term can be come multiply with this. We are replacing this thing. Okay, so this is come like this. Ws is equal to specific gravity of solid multiply unit weight of water multiply volume of solid. Okay, by this mathematically finally we will get this value, that is unit weight of water is equal to degree of saturation multiply void ratio is equal to specific gravity of solid. So we can write, generally we can write E as is equal to W. This is very important to understand. Okay, and this is very important from exam point of view also. This relation E as is equal to WG. E for void ratio, S for degree of saturation, small w is for moisture content or water content, and this is your specific gravity of solid. Okay, this is your one relation. Okay, similarly from this phase diagram also we can derive all other relation like this also. This one for it's a general relation between bulk density, specific gravity of solid, degree of saturation, void ratio, unit weight of water by 1 plus void ratio. Okay, so this is your relation between bulk unit weight with degree of saturation, void ratio, and specific gravity. Okay, you can also write down the same relation in terms of density also, same way. Just you need to replace density here in place of unit weight you can put density. Here also you can put density of water. Okay, other things will not change, it will be remain same only. So just try to remember these two are very important. Gs plus Es multiply by weight of water, then unit weight of water by 1 plus E. Okay. From this we can derive this one. Okay. That means gamma D means what? Dry unit weight. For dry unit weight, in case of dry unit weight, if you want to find out dry unit weight, that means the soil is dry. That means there should not be any water. That means in that case, your degree of saturation is what? 0. So if you put 0 here, if you put 0 is s equal to 0, if you put s equal to 0 in this equation, that means for dry soil, directly we will get this equation, isn't it? Gamma s, Gs gamma W by 1 plus C. This is the dry unit weight. Dry unit weight, it can be determined if you know specific gravity and void ratio and unit weight of water. Another relation is this one also, same way. So dry density or dry unit weight of a particular soil can be determined if you know bulk density of the soil and moisture content. So gamma by 1 plus W. Okay. Same way, this one also very important, and this one also. So these are basically very important from your uh, exam point of view. Some numericals may come in this exam. Okay. So let's try one numerical now so that you can understand. Okay, I'll show you one numerical. Then from your textbook, if you have, you could go through solving some numerical based on this relation, interrelation. Okay, in coming classes also I'll give you some assignment of numericals. Fine. So let's go to some solving one numerical. Okay, now this is a very simple numerical. Okay, now this is a soil. So what is the question here? A soil sample in its undisturbed state, that means in the field condition, was found to have volume of 105 centimeter cube and mass equal to 201 gram. Okay, and if you remember this phase diagram, if you want to draw the phase diagram, you can also draw. If you draw this phase diagram, so before any disturbance in the field condition, or you can say in undisturbed state, the soil is having the volume of kitna total V is coming as 105 centimeter cube. Okay, this is a total volume, and mass is what? Mass is given as whole W is given as 201 gram. Okay, so you can try to draw this diagram, phase diagram, when you solve this kind of problem. Okay, so capital W is given as your capital W or capital M for mass, anything you can use, symbol. So total weight or total mass is given as your 1201 gram, and total volume is given as 105 centimeter cube. Okay, this is the undisturbed state. Now after oven dry, now you may not be familiar with this term. So oven drying means it is a process of determination of moisture content. Okay, we are coming to this term. That means using a thermostatically controlled oven, we can determine the presence of water in soil. That means we put a particular soil having water in an oven, and we'll keep it for 24 hours. And after 24 hours, we again measure the weight of the soil, and the loss of weight in the soil is represented by the weight of water, which is evaporated. Okay, so it's a very simple experiment that can be done in your laboratory. I think you have also done it. Okay, so after oven dry, what will happen? After oven drying, whatever water will be present in the soil, it will evaporated, isn't it? So water nahi rahega, only there will be soil solid and air. So that means the mass got reduced. Of course, Okay, so in undisturbed state, in the field state, the soil may having some moisture or soil may having some presence of water in the voids. But after oven drying, the soil mass, the water is come out of the soil mass. It get evaporated. So in that case, what will happen? After drying in oven, the soil mass is get reduced to 168. ठीक है, सो पहले कितना था 201, अभी कितना हुआ है 168. द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दिस टू इज व्हाट? द 201 माइनस 168, वो जो होगा वो वैल्यू क्या होगा? दैट रिप्रेजेंट द वेट ऑफ वाटर. ठीक है, द वेट ऑफ वाटर can be determined by subtracting this value from this. Okay, so you are asked to find out moisture content, void ratio, porosity, air content, and degree of saturation. Okay, now let's go checking one by one. Now see, before drying, that means before drying means what? In field condition, total volume is given as 105 centimeter cube and total mass is given as 201 gram. After drying, the soil mass reduced to 168 gram. So what is the weight of water present? See, M minus MD, that is total mass present before drying, that the mass of minus mass of soil after drying, M minus MD, it will give you the weight of water, isn't it? Fine. So how can you find out water content or moisture content? It is a ratio of what? It is a ratio of weight of water by weight of solid, isn't it? Multiply by 100. So weight of water, how can you find out weight of water? Weight of water is what? Total mass before drying minus mass of the soil after drying, isn't it? So just put the value of 201 minus 168. It will give you weight of water divided by weight of dry soil. Weight of dry soil क्या होगा actually? After drying होगा, isn't it? After oven dry, whatever you measure the weight, it is the weight of soil solid only. Water नहीं है. So it was directly you can say MD, D for dry. Okay. So what is the value of MD? 168. So this is the relation 201 minus 168 divided by 168 multiply by 100. Okay. Multiply 100 means as a whole. Okay. As a whole. You will get a value. Now in this numerical it is coming as 19.64 percentage. That means the soil mass was containing 19.64 percentage of moisture content or water content. Okay. So water content is now achieved. Now we need to find out unit weight, this or this. Okay, that is for we need to find out void ratio, porosity, air content, and degree of saturation. Fine. Now see, dry unit weight. We know what is how to find out dry unit weight or dry density. We know dry unit weight is a ratio of dry mass by total volume or dry weight by total volume, isn't it? So what is dry mass or dry weight of the soil? 168. And what is the total volume? Volume will not change, right? Isn't it? The volume क्या होगा? कितना था one volume? Yeah, total volume is 105, isn't it? So total volume is 105 and the mass of dry soil is 168. The ratio is given as coming as 1.6 gram per centimeter cube and it is given as a dry unit weight or dry density of soil. Okay. Now again we know dry density from this relation. I already told you, right? This relation. Using this relation, we know dry density is what? Or dry unit weight is given as specific gravity of solid multiply unit weight of water divided by 1 plus E. Now, specific gravity is given as, let's see. Okay, specific gravity is not given here, but I think it should be given here anyway. So if it is not given, you can assume any standard value of specific gravity. Generally, it is ranges between 2.6 to 2.7 or 2.8. So for now, I'm taking specific gravity as 2.7. Okay, multiply unit weight of water. I'm considering in gram per centimeter cube. So it put it 1. That means 1 gram per centimeter cube divided by 1 plus E. Okay, this is the relation. So in this relation, only one is unknown. That is your void ratio. Okay, here you can see assuming z is equal to 2.7. In some exam, in numerical, it is not given, you can consider any value, but it should be appropriate value like 2.6, 2.7, 2.65 like this. So here it is considered as a 2.7. So using this, we will get E is equal to 0.68. That is your void ratio. The void ratio is coming as 0.68. Okay. Next, if you know void ratio, it is very easy to determine the porosity. Porosity is what? N is equal to E by 1 plus C. You know the relation. So if you know the value of void ratio, porosity can be determined easily. So by this method, you can find out the value of porosity. You have to multiply by 100 to find out in terms of percentage. So the void porosity is coming as 40%. Okay. And finally, degree of saturation. We know the relation ES is equal to WG. So from this relation, void ratio is known, moisture content is known, specific gravity is also known. What is unknown? Degree of saturation. From this relation, you can find out degree of saturation is coming as 77.98%. And again, we know the relation between degree of saturation and air content. So the summation of degree of saturation and air content is 1. It is a standard value. So if you know degree of saturation, air content can be determined easily. Just subtract degree of saturation from 1. So 1 minus this value, multiply 100, you will get air content. Okay. So this is the one numerical I have discussed here. So like this, we can go solving different kind of numerical. Okay. Okay, do one thing, and please rejoin the link. Okay, please really rejoin the link. Wait a second, let me first take this for your attendance snapshot. Wait, don't no need to give enrollment ID in the chat box. Okay, it is useless. I'm not going to see this. Okay, please rejoin the link again. I'm closing this link. Please rejoin.